am having a very, very bad morning. Look in my face. I'm not in a very good mood.
Here's what I love about First Take. Nobody keeps receipts better than us.
All right then.
Well, we can't actually go through that live, but let's say they had his best interest at heart. No. Parents disagree.
So, Stephen A. Smith just went nuclear on Vanessa Bryant. And it's not just about a breakup. Within months of cozying up to her new man, Vanessa's been dumped, robbed of Kobe's anniversary jewelry, and accused of risking her kids for a guy she barely knew. And the wildest part? Stephen A. says this is exactly how he knew it would end. But now everyone's wondering, was Vanessa blindsided, or was this planned all along?
May you both rest in peace and have fun in heaven. Until we meet again one day.
So, Vanessa has been quietly nursing her broken heart since she woke up to a text from her new boo telling her it was over. But here's where her heartbreak turned into rage, because this wasn't just a breakup. Her new man allegedly made off with Kobe's anniversary jewelry. And that's when the police got involved. The news first made its way to the public when a source from the Newport Beach Police Department revealed that Vanessa had come in to file a complaint about missing jewelry and cash. However, what tipped the source off that this could be something more serious was that Vanessa allegedly asked for the report to be kept low-key. And get this, the missing jewelry and cash wasn't from some break-in. According to the official report, she believed the items were stolen by her lover.
The widow had a ticket for her never seen in public before boyfriend, but she chickened out at the last minute for the big event last night. And that is Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa Bryant, at the 2024 ESPY Awards. Vanessa ended up taking Ciara, but back in the day there was a rumor that Fernando Vargas, the boxer, lived in her guest house.
And that's when it clicked. Vanessa wasn't just mourning the end of her relationship. She was deep in regret and shame because of the backlash that she knew she would face once this news went public. Enter Stephen A. Smith. The plot thickened when Stephen verified the news that Vanessa's boyfriend had dumped her. If y'all recall, when those rumors about Vanessa shacking up with some guy just 5 years after her husband and daughter left this earth first started, Stephen A. was the first on the scene, calling Vanessa out, posting receipts, and making sure everyone remembers who the real victims here are. And now that the gig is up, he didn't waste any time before addressing the issue on his show. Stephen said he always knew Vanessa would end up getting dumped because all the signs were there. But according to him, that's not even the most embarrassing part. It's that she risked everything, including her children, for a guy she barely knew. One of the clips from Stephen A.'s rant instantly went viral, not just because of what he said, but because of the cold, almost mocking way he delivered it. You can see him lean back, smirking, like he'd been waiting to say this for months. And you can see all this play out in this short section where Stephen A. doubled down on everything he said and dared her to prove him wrong.
Kobe and I were pretty tight. People didn't realize that, but we were. He talked to me about a lot of things. And in 2006, he came on my show, quite frankly, that time. And I was talking to him about hosting a show. I was hosting the show and I said, hey, they calling me like, they saying I got the potential to be the next Oprah. And he said, quote, F Oprah, Harpo.
Fans agreed with Stephen A. in the comment section and they didn't hold back. She thought she was being smart, but of course she got played. Kobe would be rolling in his grave now if he knew what this woman was doing. Stephen A. on point as usual. Vanessa been a traitor. But just when you think things couldn't get worse, Kobe's mother inserted herself in the drama. And get this, Vanessa might now lose custody of the two younger Bryant girls. See, Kobe and his parents might have been estranged when he was still alive, but there has never been any doubt about how much they loved their grandkids. So when his mother Pamela heard that Vanessa was bringing her new boo into the house and allowing him to have unfiltered access to the kids, she flipped out. Pamela stormed right into Vanessa's house and raised hell the moment she got the news. And if you've seen the footage from that day, you know Pamela didn't walk in like a grandmother. She walked in like a woman going to war. Pamela called her all sorts of names, accused her of dragging the family name through the mud and putting her grandkids in danger. Moving on and having a new relationship is one thing, but being so caught up in a new romance that you allow random men to have access to your kids, that crossed the line. And Pamela wasn't just there to yell. She came with demands. Pack the kids' bags and hand them over. That confrontation lit the fuse for a custody war. And that's when Vanessa snapped. She started wailing, accusing Pamela of trying to take her kids from her. She shared this video of her crying moments after the confrontation, and you can see how shaken she looks. However, Pamela didn't fall for the act. In fact, she doubled down and threatened to drag Vanessa to court if that's what it took to protect the girls. According to an insider, Pamela's specific words were, "I'll go to the deepest parts of hell before I ever allow you to ruin those kids the way you ruined my son." So, it looks like the fallout from Vanessa's little affair affair just keeps mounting. She has lost her reputation, and if Pamela can prove that Vanessa has been slipping as a mom, she will also lose her kids. But here's where it gets even more interesting. As the reaction from fans were pouring in, Vanessa tried to do some damage control by posting a cryptic message on her IG stories. The devil is working overtime. Don't fall into his hands. It was short, very on brand for Vanessa. Remember how she reacted to the rumors about her being pregnant a few months ago by posting those Rihanna memes? This was giving the exact same vibe, except this time it was clear that she was triggered. Because she didn't stop at that one post. She quickly followed up with another post that said, "Might be time to sharpen those fangs." This one was direct, almost violent. She didn't mention any specific incident or name any names, but it was clear that she wasn't just posting in a vacuum. Because she left the post up long enough for tabloids to screenshot it, knowing they would definitely make their way to Stephen A eventually. The message was clear. Vanessa was ready to go to war if that was the only way she would protect herself from people like Stephen A who wanted to tear her down, and people like Pam Bryant who thought they could take her kids from her. Normally, fans might have rallied around Vanessa, but this time, the tide turned fast, and the comment section made sure she felt it. One fan even compared her to a wolf in sheep's clothing. Damn, Vanessa getting shown in a different light. It's always smiles in front of the camera and a monster behind the scenes. Even the people who would normally ride for her kept their distance. Y'all know how wives of basketball players like to stick with each other no matter what. But this time, they've decided to let Vanessa deal with this fallout on her own. And that's not even the worst part.
Vanessa Bryant might be messing with Snoop Dogg on the low. She went to Snoop Dogg's concert in November 2023, and you see Snoop Dogg's hand on her shoulder. Some people might think that's okay and her to hold it back. No. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a glass of water, y'all. This is nasty work. This person in the comments talking about she's a grown woman, a widow, and Kobe would be happy. Kobe would not be happy with Snoop Dogg, Paul Gasol, Rob Pelinka, or any of his close friends messing with Vanessa Bryant. I don't care what y'all say in the comments. I mean, that's nasty work. I just really hope that it's not Snoop Dogg that's the one that's messing with Vanessa Bryant. Because we all know Vanessa Bryant been, single, unfortunately, since 2020. It's been, 4 years now? You know that she gotta be messing with somebody on the low, y'all. I don't care what y'all say. You can't say that Vanessa Bryant hasn't messed with nobody for 4 years. Nah.
What makes this drama hit harder is the fact that Vanessa's antics are now threatening to ruin everything Kobe worked for when he was alive. Sponsors are nervous because of all the bad press she's been getting. Deals are being taken off the table. Contracts that should have been renewed are now being shelved. The Black Mamba dream seems to be on shaky legs. And Vanessa, the one person who was supposed to keep this dream alive, is still out here playing defensive games. But in all this, there are people who have refused to allow her to forget that she dug this pit for herself and should deal with the consequences of her actions. And the person at the top of that list is Stephen A. Smith. Stephen didn't back down after Vanessa's little damage control stunt on IG. Instead, he went live again and fired shots at her again. This time, he didn't just attack her for allowing herself to get played by some random Joe. He took it even further and asked her to account for how she has been managing all the charity projects Kobe left behind that were supposed to help take care of little kids. Now, as y'all know, Vanessa has always faced backlash for not taking care of Kobe's parents, despite all the money he left her. But according to Stephen, it goes way deeper than that. During his rant, he pulled up documents that he claimed were financial records from some of Vanessa and Kobe's joint charity projects. And guess what? The documents proved that there had been some mismanagement of funds. Nothing that screamed out at first glance, just little inconsistencies here and there. But according to Stephen, these might not just be due to accounting errors. They could be proof of something rotten going on, and it has Vanessa's fingerprints all over it. Stephen laid it all out in this viral clip, and this time, the smirk was gone. His voice was low, his words deliberate, like he knew he was stepping into dangerous territory. Watch how he leans in, pauses between sentences, and makes the room go dead silent.
Just as an aside, before I get on out of here today, I want to preface my comments by my pending comments by saying, my staff didn't want me to do this. They didn't want me to bring this up. So because of them, out of respect for them, I'm not going to mention names or the trifling individuals that keep talking shit about me.
And Steven didn't have to say it outright. His receipts did the talking. The implication? Vanessa might have been moving charity money straight into her new man's pocket, and that's what makes the breakup hit even harder. For Vanessa, at least. Now, to be clear, none of this has been proved yet, but the implications are crazy if they turn out to be true, because Stephen A. is not going to stop until he gets to the bottom of this drama. And Vanessa? She's gone silent, and that silence says more than any of her previous words ever did.